The PlayStation 4 has been by far the most popular console this generation. Now that we are nearly 3 years into the console's life, we will be taking a look at the PlayStation 4's top 10 best exclusives. How we classify an exclusive is it being released exclusive to the PS4 among the current generation platforms. So if a game was released on PC and PS4, it will not be mentioned. Remasters will also be included depending on its quality. With all that out of the way, let's get right into this with number 10. Number 10, Digimon Story Saibā Surwūsu. Digimon games have been relatively sparse over the last decade, but earlier this year, Bandai Namco brought Digimon Story Saibā Surwūsu over to the PlayStation 4. While technically the game isn't anything amazing, keep in mind that this was originally released on the PlayStation Vita. The game offered a monster collecting gameplay experience similar to Pokemon, which really isn't seen that much on PlayStation platforms. And the game is by no means a carbon copy of Pokemon, it has its own unique quirks. Digimon Story Saibā Surwūsu wasn't a perfect game, but for JRPG fans or fans of the license, it's pretty good. Number 9, Alienation. Alienation is a stylistic shoot-'em-up developed by Housemarque. Downloadable games have become very popular, even more so this generation than the last. And games like Alienation are the reason for that. The game is very addicting, albeit a bit repetitive at times. The RPG elements and looting both add to the game and make it much more replayable. The co-op gameplay is where this game shines. If you have a few friends to play with, it's an absolute blast. Give it a look if you're looking for some mindless fun. Number 8, Resogun. From one Housemarque game to another, Resogun was a PlayStation 4 launch title. Once again, an extremely stylistic side-scrolling shoot-'em-up, the game is considered a spiritual successor to Super Stardust HD, a great game on the PS3. Resogun, while being an arcade game, really had some visual details that made you still appreciate it being a next-generation game. And the gameplay is challenging and chaotic. Housemarque has had a great track record and both of their games on the PS4 have delivered big. Number 7, Until Dawn. This is possibly the most surprisingly good PlayStation 4 title that has been released. Until Dawn was delayed several times and no one was really expecting it to be any good. The game is an interactive drama similar to a game such as Heavy Rain or Indigo Prophecy. It's set in Western Canada following 8 teenagers in what essentially is an 80s horror movie. The game is not all that scary, however, it is extremely engaging due to its cast of characters, great environments, and interactive story. Horror fans need to experience Until Dawn, and with the choices having extreme ramifications, it adds a bit of replay value to the game.
What the hell is a shooting range doing at the base of a ski lodge?
Dude, have you ever met Josh's dad?
Yeah?
He thinks he's like Grizzly Adams or something. Wanna try?
Number 6, The Last of Us Remastered. The Last of Us was one of the greatest games ever released on a PlayStation platform, and the remastered version only makes the game better. Now running at 1080p and 60 frames per second, the game looks absolutely gorgeous, and the addition of a photo mode is definitely nice. This version also comes with the Left Behind DLC, which is also worth your time to play through. If you haven't played Last of Us at this point, you really need to. It's got a fantastic story with excellent writing and great gameplay. Let's just hope we see a sequel sometime soon. Number 5, Infamous Second Son. Sucker Punch created one of the most popular series on the PS3 with Infamous, and when it was announced we'd see a brand new game on the PS4 with a new story, just about everyone was excited. Infamous Second Son was a very good game. Was it as good as the previous 2 titles? Probably not. Let's start with the positive. This is one of the best looking games on the platform, absolutely incredible visually. Gameplay is as fun as ever and the multiple superpowers add variety, the open world is awesome. On the flip side, the mission structure is a bit repetitive, the main story can be finished relatively quickly, and the side content isn't all too engaging. However, I'd say the positive does outweigh the negative by quite a bit. And whether you are a fan of the Infamous games or you're just looking for a quality open world title, Second Son is worth your time. Number 4, Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection. When you talk about PlayStation exclusive franchises, one will always pop up immediately, and that is Uncharted. Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection bundled the 3 games released on the PlayStation 3 remastered running at 1080p and 60 FPS. While the first game hasn't aged all too well, the second and third games are still up there with the best games released today. If you've never played Uncharted, this collection is a must own. The one downer is that none of the games have multiplayer, but even for just the single player, it's worth it. Number 3, Ratchet & Clank. Ratchet & Clank was one of the most beloved series on the PlayStation 2, and it had a few good games on the PS3 as well with the Future series. For a while though, the series was absent until we got Ratchet & Clank on the PS4. Yeah, the game is titled just Ratchet & Clank because it's a reimagining of the first game in the series. But this isn't your typical HD remaster. The game is built ground up on the PS4, and you can immediately tell that from the great graphics. The game embodies everything that made Ratchet amazing: great writing, quirky humor, fantastic gameplay with some insane weapons. Whether you've played played every game in the series or you're new to Ratchet, I highly recommend everyone to play Ratchet & Clank on PS4.
Look, over there! The Pocataro Tiki Lounge and Karaoke Bar. With any luck, my engineer friend will be there.
Number 2, Bloodborne. Bloodborne is the PS4 exclusive developed by From Software, the guys that are best known for Dark Souls. Bloodborne follows the same general formula of the Souls games, this time taking place in a gothic Victorian-era city of Yharnam. Bloodborne excels at creating an amazing atmosphere with the use of its music, art direction, and overall graphics. Coupled with the tremendous gameplay, it blends to create one of the most engaging and immersive gameplay experiences on the console. The story is also very good while not hitting you over the head with it. The replay value is extremely high and the game is filled with content. Bloodborne is a must-play experience. Sure, as is the case with Souls, it might not be for everyone, but it's definitely worth giving it a chance. And finally, number 1, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. As I stated earlier, Uncharted has become synonymous with PlayStation. It's Sony's marquee franchise. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End acts as the conclusion to the story of Nathan Drake, and what a way to go out. The game raises the bar on everything the previous games have done. Obviously, you can tell the graphics are insane, arguably the best console visuals we've ever seen. Gameplay has seen a big improvement with more variety and little tweaks that add to the overall experience. The story is as good as ever. Nate's brother Sam is an excellent addition to the story, and once again, from writing to voice acting, the portrayal of every character is on point. And how could we forget to mention the multiplayer? That's also pretty good. Uncharted 4 is a complete gaming experience. You've got a great single player, a great multiplayer. It's a system seller for the PlayStation 4 and the best exclusive thus far. So that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 best PS4 exclusives so far. What do you think? Do you agree with our list? Disagree? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and goodbye.